Good morning, kids. Welcome to the class. I'm going to start with the practical part of chapter number 4, that is advanced GIMP tools. Okay, so in this, I have explained you in the class that what are dialogues, what are dockable dialogues. Okay, so dialogues are the docking. And docking are small movable boxes that appear on the GIMP window, and you can easily access an option from the dialogues and docking without following long procedures. So dialogues, I told you that they are the small windows dedicated to the smaller set of tools. This you can see, these are the smaller set of toolbox. Okay, so dialogues that can be docked together are called the dockable dialogues. In this, the first part is the layers dialog. So for opening the layers dialog, I will open this Windows option, and in this you can see the dockable dialogues. Under the dockable dialogues, you can click on the layers option. Okay, you can see this is the layers option, and we can fit it on the right side. Okay, here we can see all the layers present in our diagram. Next part is the channel dialog. What is channel dialog? It displays the color channels of the image. So the three primary colors are the red, green and blue, which give a balanced colored effect to a colorful image. So a black and white image displays only one color channel, that is gray. There is an eye symbol to the left of the color channel on the dialog box, and if you disable this symbol, the color of the image also changes. Okay. Now to activate the channel dialog, we will go to the image window. Then again we will click this Windows menu, and in this we will point to the dockable dialogs. Under this you can go to the channels option. Channels option. Okay, this is the channels option. So again I have got the window. I can bring it here. Okay. Next one is the path dialog. Path dialog displays path created using the path tool. So you can manage path by creating and deleting them as required, and the eye symbol to the right of the path indicate that the path is visible. Okay, so again for activating the path dialog, we will go to the image window, then Windows menu. Under this we can go to the dockable dialog, and this you can see the path option. Okay, this is the path option. So we have got this. We can again dock it here. We can resize it if it is not coming in here. Okay, and the next one part is the undo history dialog. For undoing history dialog, it displays the recently performed actions. Okay, if you want to go back to the previous action, we can select the previous action from the undo history dialog, and uh, redo an action. Okay, we can undo and redo. Undo means whatever we have done, we again erase it, and redo means whatever we have done, we can get it back. Okay, so if you have undone the previous action, you can use the redo option to reapply it. For activating the undo history dialog, we will go to the image window, then again to the Windows menu, then dockable dialogs. Okay, and in this you can go to the brushes option, this. So we have got this. Okay, I'm closing this path. Okay, I can bring the brushes tool here because it is much important than the path tool, and I'm minimizing its size so that it can come properly here. Okay, so these are the different type of dialogues. I have explained you layer dialog, channel dialog, path dialog, history dialog. Okay, and the brush dialog. Next we come to the docking part. See, different dialog boxes can be grouped together using the docks, and you just need to use the docking drag handles to drag and group the dockable dialogs. So to create a dock, what we have to do, we will place the cursor on the tab of the dialog box which we want to dock. Okay, and we will press and hold the left mouse button, drag the dialog box. This what I have done. Okay, this was here and I had brought it here by holding the mouse and the shift button. Okay, now using the path, when we create path, curves are created. Okay, and these curves are known as Bezier curves. So you can create paths and convert them into selections and paint strokes, and paths can be opened or closed. So only a closed path can be transformed into a selection, and both open and closed paths can be transformed into the paint strokes. Okay, so how we can create the path? We will go to the image window, then we will go to the tools menu, and from the tool menus we will click the path option. This is the path option, and in the path option the mouse pointer changes to, so you can see that the mouse shape has been changed. Okay, and we will place the pointer on the area where we want to begin, and we will click the starting point, and point gets created. Then we will move the mouse pointer in the required direction and click it. Okay, so a second point has been created and a line has been made. So this is a path. Okay, and to create a curved path we will click the center of the path, like here. We will click here and we are going to stretch it like this. Now you can see this is a curved path. Okay, so I hope you understand what is the use of paths. Okay, and the point created while drawing paths are called anchors. These points are known as the anchors. Okay, so now I have brought a new image in my document, in my GIMP document, and I want to show you the transforming paths. So we can transform the paths into selection using the transform tools such as move, rotate and scale. So to transform the path we will create the paths on our image, and on the tool, so what we will do on the toolbox, this is the toolbox, and from here, from the tools option dialog box, you can see this under the path. Okay, we will click the selection from path, selection from path, that you can see. So this is a path dialog box. Okay, and I have brought it here, and here this is the option select to path. Okay, we have clicked on this, so the path gets selected from the figure. Okay, now on the image window we will click the tools menu, and from the tools menu I will point to the transform tools. In transform tools we can select the required tool, for example rotate. Okay, suppose this is the rotate, and under the angle section drag the slider to change the angle. Okay, now I will click on the rotate, so you can see the image has been rotated to the left side. Okay, and then other thing is the stroking path. So path can be converted into different line styles using the various colors, patterns or paint tools. So to stroke path we will create and select the path. Okay, we will go to the toolbox again. This is the toolbox, then in this tools option, then under the tool dialog box, under the path we will click the stroke path. So in this we will click on the toolbox, then tool option, and then from tools option we will go to the stroke path button. Okay, then we will select the solid color or patterns, and from the line width drop down we will click the up or down arrow to change the width of the paths. So this is the all for today, and in the next class I will show you how we can use the brushes and how we can work within the layers. Thank you.